Hi ladies, welcome back to Blush Society. Today we're talking all about why my scar is my story. I must say that all this week everyone's been talking about what happened with Beyoncé and her husband and her sister on that infamous elevator ride. I just have to say that beyond the why as to what happened, there's a bigger picture. And that bigger picture is what they're going to do from this point on as a family to reunite and move beyond what happened that night. I know we are sitting back and saying, what can we get from this? When I was thinking about this story, the first thing that came to mind was a bruise I received, or a burn I received a few years ago when I was in college. And I received it right here on my hand, and you probably really couldn't see it because I've been nursing it back, and now it's just a scar there. But when I was thinking of this situation, it popped in my head that what they have to do, like any other family, is pick up the pieces and move on. And I wanted to use the example of a bruise to make it clear to you what's required as a part of that healing process. Anytime you receive a bruise, and I know growing up we all had falls and we ran into things going out, scooters or skateboards and stuff like that. You probably even burned yourself, or you were just in a bad accident that left a bruise on your body. The first thing that happens, automatically you're in shock. You're panicking. You don't know what to do. People see it. You don't want people to see it, but it's there. This is the same thing that happens when families' private matters become public. You're shocked. You feel like your image is tarnished, and you have to figure out how you can mend the broken pieces. Well, just like that bruise, it goes through a healing process. And during that healing process, that bruise, if it's open or if it's bleeding, it creates a scab on the skin. This is a hard coating that protects that skin while it's healing and while it's working to get back to a somewhat normal stage. Think of that scab as that coat of armor that you have to put on as you go through the process of re-healing. Whether it's through therapy, whether it's through opening up the lines of communication, as a family unit, everyone has to come together, acknowledge their fault in the situation, and work together to move forward after this private matter became public. What is so important is that once that scab falls off and you're putting your ointment on that area, what's left is the scar. That scar never goes anywhere. But what it is a reminder of what happened and where you're at in your life right now. The scar is really a visual indicator that, hey, something happened to me. So at the end of the day, once the family goes through therapy and they get their differences, put their differences aside, that scar will always be in their hearts. But it's very important to find ways not to open that scar, not to open that wound up again. Because the worst thing I must have to say is when families are at war. It's disheartening to know that families can't get along and that they're bickering, because it's your support system. Your family usually is some of your biggest cheerleaders. And when you don't have that, it's a scary place to be in. The biggest thing I learned from this situation, and that we all can relate to, is that no matter how much perfection we want in life and we want for our families, that no family is perfect. And I think that was so important that we can learn from this, which was part of Beyonce's statement that she released, that not even her family is perfect. And we put people on pedestals, and we even put ourselves on pedestals, but we have to understand that the bigger picture is just that although your family isn't perfect, it's how your family come together and they move on and they get through this storm. So that's why it's important to understand that your scar, whether if you're thinking it in a physical matter, a scar that you have on your body, or a spiritual matter, that scar or the damage that you're going through right now with your family, it is your story. But it's going to be a reminder that, hey, we're not going to bicker anymore. Hey, we're going to find a better way to resolve our issues so that we don't have to go through this fiasco. So keep in mind that this is a great way to look at the story, that there's a bigger picture than why it happened. The bigger question is, what are you going to do to get through and move on? So I hope this helped you out this week. Just remember that family is everything. Family is a great thing to have in your corner. You can have all the friends in the world, but you definitely want to build sustainable relationships with your family members and capture those memories. Take pictures, write each other poems, pick up a gift if you're thinking of their family member, whether it's a $1 lipstick or a $5 belt. But really start really treasuring your family and having a great time in life with your family. So if you want to hear more great messages like this one, My Scar is My Story, be sure to check out Blush Society online, become a fan of our Facebook page, and be sure to subscribe so that you'll be on our subscription list every week, getting a new message to help you become a better person. As always, ladies love BS, Blush Society. Be happy, be blessed. Goodbye.